Something that was real popular, even into Kentucky, is they would get these oysters out of the river and make buttons out of them. And you can still to this day find these buttons with holes punched in them. Oh, look, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's how it's like a hole punch. It's a drill. Well, there's your depth gauge back then. Just think how many logs. There's one of our anchors. Watch your step. Permission to come aboard. So I believe that would be used to hold coal, because here's your boilers, and that's why they called the guys that fed them. They called them firemen. Yeah, the fire bricks under it. Well, they got quite a nice little bathroom here. Condensation pile. I was going to say, it looks like a pump to me. Alright, here's where our engines, now they're running off steam, but they're going to push this rod back and forth. It's going to go out to the paddle wheel there, right? Water, carpenters sit here. Yep. This is the engine room. You're going to have two of those. Imagine how loud it was in here. Wow. Oh, okay. This will be the rudder. And it's steered by up top. It's got a cable. It goes up there into a pulley. And there you'll see the cable running all the way up front. Okay. Pretty cool. Life jacket. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. God, it had to have been loud. And I doubt they had earplugs back then, did they? Okay, here's your capstan. You're going to put your line through. You're going to have pulleys there. Yeah, that's where I'd like to steer the boat from. These are called holds. See how you can lower stuff? Yeah, so we would lower coal into the... And if they went long distance, they'd have a barge they pull alongside them with coal to shovel in. Pretty cool. So we got to have our smokestacks. So here are the sticks. This is all he had to steer. Look, this is all that's in here. Isn't that amazing? I guess that would have been access to get up into the pilot house. Oh, later on we added searchlight, spotlight. So right here, you push that and it rings a bell up front. You also see there's another pedal right there. Engine room gone. Now, is that just for heat, maybe? Run steam through this to heat that, to heat up the windows. You can tell how that window, will open. But when it's winter time, look at those pipe junctions too. You don't see that anymore. Look at that, one goes into the other. That's cool. That's cool. You don't see that anymore. Now it'd be a nipple between the two. Look at that. Alright. Oh. So We have us a light in the ceiling there. We have these two handles ring a bell in the engine room. Just go down with pulley downstairs. Here's our skiff, small boat. I don't know, guys. I don't know about you, but so the captain's in it right here. But it just looks awful cold. I'm cold now, and it's and they did have screens. Had a door on either side. All right, here's a crewman. Yeah, see, we're just running steam from the boilers downstairs into the room. It's just passive. But look at those unions. But that's what's going to control our heat. And you probably ended up getting it so hot in here that you wanted the windows open. Pilot's cabin. Wonder why the pilot got a yeah, we can go on those two there next. River Pilot's Pier. Wow. This is old. 1968. You know what? It looks just the same. It doesn't look any bit different. So here's the rudders. The cable goes opposite. How about that for a fire extinguisher? I think I forgot to hit record. I think I'm going to end up missing a bunch of this. Anyways, it's going to be a real loud exhaust right here. right at the water line. See, there's a depth finder. There's a transducer right there. Look at the rudder. Pretty cool. We have a Chris Craft 4-cylinder. You know, I bet you that's the depth gauge. That was an aftermath. This is where you stood so you didn't scratch up the paint getting in and out of the boat. But it's a 1933. Herbert Hoover, West Branch, Iowa. John Wayne, Winterset, Iowa. I'm sorry. Wyatt Earp, Pella, Iowa. This is caulking. This is how you caulked up the. Got a mallet. We got a caulking tool, chisel, and how we make the caulking strip. And we got. I don't know. I'm going to go through this real quick. I don't know if this recorded or not. Pressure cage. Those oars are for the lifeboat up on top. Sure miss Sears and Roebuck, don't you? Hated to see him go under all my tools or Craftsman. Alright, this here was for all the logging that was done. And they put the logs. They would get ice out of the river. Horns. PFD. You put all your clothes in one of these. I had 2 of these, and it was covered in stickers everywhere the owner had been, and I'm really sad that I think I gave it away. I just didn't have any room for it. So this is pretty cool. So the button industry, they had to get the muscles for mother of pearl. And look at that. Isn't that pretty nifty? The other way they would do it, and this is the way I've seen them do it, is they wrap lead around a grappling hook and they would drag the bottom for them. But think how many they got to come up with to